And just to remind you that we're going to be back with more of those front pages and inside pages a little bit later on at 7:40 with Stuart Miles and Helen Lederer, so stay with us for that. But right now, it's that time of year when politics and music's mix. We're all reminded that Azerbaijan, Belarus and Moldova are in fact part of Europe. It's, of course, the Eurovision Song Contest, which is taking place in Sweden. Now, representing the UK is Bonnie Tyler. She had #1 30 years ago. Well, with us now, Nicki French, who represented the UK in 2000 with her tune Don't Play That Song Again. We're going to hear it.
You say you don't believe in signs from up above, and you laugh at the thought of putting your faith in stuff like love.
That was, of course, Bonnie Tyler. You will have spotted that. Also here is Paul Jordan, known as Dr Eurovision, who's a song contest expert. In fact, I think you've got a PhD in it, haven't you?
Sins, yeah.
Well, I'll ask you perhaps why later if we have time. But we did get a little bit of Bonnie Tyler there. Nicki, what do you think her chances are tonight?
Well, you've been over there, haven't you? And it's she's got a good reaction, very, very good reaction. My other half, who predicted the winner last year, Carl, you know him, he's very, very optimistic about her chances. The actual rehearsals have gone well, and the performance looks fantastic. I'm just not sure if your Georgias and Azerbaijans and so on are going to get the sort of folky rock thing. I just don't know.
What do you think, Paul? Because some people say it actually doesn't come down to the strength of the song at all, and it's kind of political, territorial voting that goes on. Is that fair?
I think, I don't think it's maybe political as such. I think certainly culture comes into it, and other countries know each other's music and singers. And it is harder for the UK to get those public votes because we don't have a lot of expats out there in Europe who actually pick up the phone. Maybe
but do people actively dislike
I don't
the
think
UK?
So.
I
don't think so, and
no.
certainly there's a lot of goodwill. People wear Union flag T-shirts around Europe, and actually Bonnie's gone down really well with the European press. In the semi-finals on Tuesday and Thursday, when they showed a clip of her song, the place erupted, and it wasn't full of Brits. So I think hopefully we'll do okay. I don't think we'll win. I don't think the song's instant enough, but she's done us proud because she's got a really good attitude, and she's a good ambassador for the UK.
And she has a lot of support across Europe, doesn't she? Which, OK, they said that about Engelbert last year, and that didn't do so well.
No, second to last, I think he came, didn't he? But Nicki, give us an idea of how she's going to be feeling now. What's it like to take part in this contest?
It's just huge excitement. I mean, I remember when I was in Stockholm, on the day, you don't stop on the day. You just have meetings and press conferences and makeup and, just everything. But it's just so exciting, and you look out your hotel window and you can see all the fans arriving with their flags and they're dressed up, and it's the most exciting thing. And you're thinking, you're representing your country, for goodness sake. It's fantastic.
Well, yes, and I mean, obviously a great event, but we don't take it terribly seriously in this country, do we, Paul? In fact, we're quite cynical about it. We sneer at it a little bit, don't we? Have jokes about it. And yet other countries take it incredibly seriously. They have all sorts of competitions to try and choose the song in the first place. Ours gets picked.
It's an internal selection, yeah. I mean, the BBC have kind of taken it back a step, and to them it is a television show. It's not necessarily a song contest, whereas other countries really want to win because they want to stage it. In this climate, it's quite interesting, you know, there's austerity around Europe, and you've got some countries like Georgia, Belarus, Azerbaijan that throw money at this contest, and it shows you how seriously
Why do they want to
take
stage it? To be seen on the world stage?
Yeah, so for a small country that doesn't get a chance in the spotlight, it's a massive event. I mean, they're never going to stage the Olympics, for example, but Eurovision is the next best thing. And it is cynical, you know, we're cynical and it's easy for us to sneer at it, but other countries do take it seriously.
And it is a huge, glamorous event, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic event. And everybody gets involved, everybody enjoys it that's part of it. So it's a magnificent event to be part of.
And it's unique in the television year as well, and it's one thing that everyone has an opinion on, whether they love it or they hate it, and that's really powerful.
OK, Paul, and I think you've been to rehearsals, is that right?
I have, I got back
So
yesterday.
who have you got your eye on?
Denmark, I think, is a hot favourite to win, but there's a few quirky ones this
Do you
year.
think it's a fair favourite, though? Do you like that
I
song?
don't really like the song, but, you know, I tend not to like the most winners anyway. I think Ukraine's one to watch. They've got one of the tallest men in the world who carry the singer on stage, plonks her in the middle and then walks off. It's utterly bizarre.
But is that kind of tricksiness, does it work in Eurovision?
Occasionally it does, yes. I mean, the Russian winner in 2008 had a skater on stage with him and he was stripping off, and it seemed to get the votes. I think it's going to be quite an open year, though. I think we could have a few surprises. And this year, for the first time, really, in 20 years, we've not got a single entry from the former Yugoslavia. They were all knocked out in the semi-finals. So normally in the final, they vote for each other. So it'll be interesting to see where those votes go.
Who they go to.
But we get it automatically, don't we?
Because money talks.
Yeah.
You say it's not political, but this year the Finnish entry, Krista Sigfrids, is making a political statement in quite a strange way.
Yeah, I mean, politics comes into it whether the organisers want to admit that or not. But it's she's a full supporter of equal marriage, and she's making a political point by doing that, because you've got a lot of countries in the contest that don't uphold basic human rights, let alone equal marriage and things like that. So,
but at the same time, it's actually a lively, fun song. She's mad as a box of frogs, isn't she?
And she was everywhere. You turned around, you've got a Finnish CD handed to you, turn around, there she was.
Or you could hear her.
Yeah.
So how are you spending the evening? Have you got Eurovision parties, both of you?
I'm actually sitting on my own at home. I've got a very early start in the morning. I've got to go down and do some filming in Cornwall. So I'm just going to be sitting there with my bottle of organic something or another, and I shall be drinking and enjoying, and then getting up early.
And enjoying some happy memories of
Yes,
your time there.
yes.
And what about you, Paul?
I'll be doing a bit of radio work and then hopefully partaking in a little bit of refreshments as well.
OK, well, we all wish Bonnie the best of British. OK, thanks very much indeed. Very nice to see you both, Nicki and Paul. Thank you. Charlie's got sport in a minute. What have you got for us, Charlie, coming up?
Anna, well, he may be set for a return to Chelsea, but it's been a far from special night for the special one. We will hear from Mourinho. And it's all to play for.